Infowise Facebook-like column is a SharePoint app that creates a column in a SharePoint list or library for integrating with Facebook. To install Infowise Facebook-like column, you simply click on the Settings cogwheel, usually in the upper right-hand corner of your site. From the Settings, choose the Add an App option. On the Add an Apps page, you click the SharePoint store, typically in the left-hand side under the Quick Launch. In the SharePoint store, to find the Infowise Facebook-like column, you can look for it using the search box. Once you've found the Facebook-like column app, you can click the link to it. This takes you to a page that describes the application, and that includes a button labeled Add It that you can click to install the app on your SharePoint site. Now I've already installed the app on my SharePoint site, so I'm going to click my link to go back to my site, and I'll test out the application. For this demonstration, I've created a list called Favorite Cars. You can see the link in my Quick Launch. And what I want to do is I want to add a column to my favorite cars that links it in with Facebook. The way I can do that is by clicking the link to Infowise Facebook-like column that's also in my Quick Launch, or I can use the site contents and click the link that shows up in there for Infowise Facebook-like column. I'll go ahead and click that link. This takes me to the home page of the app site, and it's from this page that I can add columns to my existing lists and libraries. All I have to do is select the list or library I want to add the column to. I have a drop-down select the list option, and in this case I want to choose my favorite cars list. And then I can add a new column, which is the default choice. I'm going to add this column, give it a name, I'll call it something like Facebook. I have different layouts. I have a standard layout. I have one that includes a count and a box or a button. I'm just going to leave everything at its default to start with. I'll click the Create. And then to test it, go back to my Contoso team site. And then I select my favorite cars list. And I should have a new column that allows me to like or turn off the like on different items within the list. For example, I can come down here to the Ferrari, choose the like option. It offers me an option to include a comment, and it shows up as liked in my list. If I want to remove the like, I can hover over it. It shows up with a little X icon, and then I can remove it. I've already got one from a test earlier here on the Bugatti. I'll turn that one off. And if I want to modify or add anything to this list and these links, I can go back to the site. This time I'll use my recent list, and I'll open this up in a new tab. And if I select the list that already has a column for the Facebook-like column, in this case favorite cars, it already detects that that column exists. So now I can update that existing column. So maybe what we'll do is we'll add a share button to it. We'll also change the layout to include a count, box count, and then we'll click the update button to update the existing list with these settings. Go back to my favorite cars, refresh my list, and now I see that I've got a count on the number of likes, and I've also got an optional share column that can go with it. So maybe on the Ferrari, go back and click the share option this time. This links me into my Facebook account, and from here I can choose who I want to share it with, public, just friends, have a few more options. I can include some text to say about it, or I can click the button that shares the link. I don't actually want to put this on my Facebook page, so I'm going to cancel this. Let's go back and take a look at some of the more options that we have with this column. So in addition to including the share button, I've also got an option to show the faces of the different people that have liked it. There's a checkbox for that. I've got a color scheme. Default is light. I can switch it to dark. I've got the ability to change the verbiage from like to recommend if I like. I can adjust the width of the column. I can also remove like the share button if I don't want that to be included. Change maybe the layout style. Let's make it, instead of a box, a button count. And then any changes I make when I click the update, I can go back and it should be reflected in the list. If for some reason I want to get rid of the column, I can do that through the SharePoint list itself. I can click the List tab to open up the List tab toolbar, and then on the List tab toolbar I can click the List Settings option. From the list settings, I can go down and see all the columns. I can click the Facebook column or whatever I've labeled it or named it. And from the column settings, I can go down and delete the column. Click delete, and this removes it from the list. I can always go back and add it back in from the Infowise Facebook Like column site. So in summary, Infowise Facebook Like column is an easy app to add to your site that allows you to integrate your lists or your libraries to some degree with your Facebook and Facebook accounts. Again, very easy to use, very simple, and it's also a free app. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it.